Alright, welcome to episode 8 of the series Road to $100,000 Dividend Portfolio. Bit of a different location for this one, as I'm in Thailand. And it will be a bit of change from the original script as well, because we've seen some huge changes in the portfolio as of late. Alright, take a look at the portfolio size now with the magic of editing. Quite a big change from the last episode, and as you noted in the graph below, the graph of the total value, the development of the portfolio, you can see that the amount of money added to the portfolio has dropped steeply. And this is because the portfolio is doing its original purpose of creating liquidity and creating opportunity for me. So 15k used for a different opportunity to generate more. The original purpose was just to take the massive dividend that's coming from MPW here on the 10th of April. That's in 3 days as I'm recording this video. I had a plan that I was gonna spend all of it here in Thailand, just the entire dividend, to practice spending rather than just saving. That's a skill as well. You can't just flip from being a saver to a spender over day. And what's the purpose of money if not spending it? So a bit of a change there. But that's also the power of the dividend portfolio that I talked about all the way back to episode 1, of building this to create more liquidity, to create a steadier stream of income over time due to fluctuations, volatility in the normal wage stream that you have as a salesperson. And that dividend was indeed able to cover a third of the rents before I had to create more liquidity here by selling off some MPW shares. So that's what's been going on in the portfolio, and as you can see, it has not taken as big of a hit as some of the growth stocks have here from the Trump tariffs. So that's quite interesting to take a note of as well. When times are good, dividend stocks, they don't give you as huge returns as the growth stocks, but when times are bad, like in the market right now, big changes, well, then some people view dividend stocks as an equity bond, a more secure way. It also ties a bit into interest rates as well. If they are low, then equity bonds become a lot more attractive. But that's a very interesting point to note as well here in episode 8 of Road to $100,000 Dividend Portfolio. What are the plans going forward then? Well, my position has decreased the size of it. So of course I need to get back to 10,000 shares in MPW sooner rather than later. But you also see, if we take a look at the current positions on screen now, you also see that ONL, Orion Office REIT, is a very interesting opportunity in the market right now. This stock has absolutely dipped since earnings, and this is due to the amount of area that's being rented out. It has decreased by quite a lot. So I think that they had about 74%, if I remember correctly from the earnings call, that was rented out. So 1 in 4 properties for this office REIT is not rented out. And that's of course not a place you want to be if you're an office REIT. However, this also puts Orion Office REIT into acquisition territory, and they could potentially be bought by a company like Blackstone or BlackRock at current levels. However, of note, one thing that they said on the earnings call as well, when they restricted the dividend to only 2 cents a share from previous 10 cents a share every quarter, is that this is the cheapest form of capital that we can get from the market. We can't raise equity by diluting shareholders. Obviously terrible if they do that. I'm going to be pissed off as a shareholder, and so should you if you own this stock. If they go to the debt market today, or they issue some secured notes, they're going to get a higher rate. Now this company, they already have a very conservative balance sheet in terms of debt to equity ratio. And what do I do when I see a position that I already liked suddenly dropping more? Well, isn't this reminiscent of the early days of MPW when the stock traded at only $3 a share? Well, look at it now, all the way up to 6. Do I think that this will be the same case for Orion Office REIT? You never know, but I think that the probability is in my favor with this one. And that's why I also aim to increase this position from 1,000 shares to 4,000 shares. So that's the plan going forward with the dividend portfolio as I take it to 100,000 American dollars. That's been it for this episode, and as always, hope you guys make a ton of money, whatever investments you decide to make. Take care now. Bye bye.